Ye in town, come to the studio, and my mama making some soul food at the crib right now. She finna bring me a plate. And he was like, why your mama ain't bringing me no plate?
Lil Baby.
Messy. You, messy. Lil Baby is...
Do you believe in going through funds?
I mean, look at me. Do I look like I go through somebody's phone?
You don't.
But I will.
On my podcast, I have the one and only Dreezy. Come on in. Man, thank you for coming on my podcast.
Thanks for having me. Well, I'm from Chicago.
You're from Chicago, okay.
So, I'm real cool with like a lot of the Chicago OGs at the crib. So, and they respect me. They know I really earned my spot in Chicago as like one of the best female rappers out my city. So like when certain people come in town, if I'm in town and I see they there, I just tap like, hey bro.
Yeah, I'm here. You have to.
You gotta. And one day, Ye was in town and he was working on his project. Well, this was the first song we did together. We did 2 songs. The first one never dropped. But they was like, Ye in town, come to the studio. And I came to the studio. I walked in. And he was like, what's up? And they was like, she one of the best rappers out of Chicago. He was like, yeah, rap right now. And he gave me a mic. And I'm like, hold on real quick. I wasn't ready for that. So I just was vabbing with the beat for a little bit. Then I just came up with some quick bars. I started rapping. And then he took them back and he started rapping with me. And then we just like literally vabbed out in the studio. And after that, he was like, you should come back to the hotel, work on some stuff. It was me and like some other writers. And we went back to the hotel. I remember I was in there talking to them like, I can't believe this. Like, my mama making some soul food at the crib right now. She finna bring me a plate. And he was like, why your mama ain't bringing me no plate? And I called my mama. I said, Ma, you better make the best motherfucking short ribs you ever made and bring a plate up here. And then she had brought a plate.
Oh, what?
Downtown. Yeah, like,
wow.
It was a whole vibe. And then full circle to last year when I got in the studio with The Game, Ye had walked in. And The Game really, like, respect my pen and stuff, and he was just like, man, Drees, Ye finna hop on this shit.
Well. Thank you for sharing, first of all.
Yeah.
Now we got to the section of the show where I'm just going to give you some names and just tell me whatever comes to mind.
Oh, my mouth is not ready for this.
Well, you got to plead the fifth if, you know.
Okay.
All right, cool. First name, Drake.
Champagne Poppy. He one of the GOATs for sure. Definitely an inspiration too. And he just understand his brand. I fuck with how much he understand his brand.
Yeah.
Like he eats it up.
Lil Durk.
Brother, what up? A real one. A real hustler. I literally watched him come up from nothing and stay consistent over like years and years. People think Durk just popped up out the blue, and he really been doing this shit. I've been knowing him since the fade, like really in the trenches working. So shout out to Durk.
Lil Baby.
Messy, you messy. Lil Baby, you was in college when you started?
Yeah, I went
crazy.
to PCC and my ex was just spending so much money on hair. I'm like, how much you paying for this? She's like, 300. I'm like, oh no, I need to figure this out. I need to like make flyers, boom, boom, boom. But like, I've been doing it for like 10 years plus. Now we have a big team. And when I turned 30, it was like, okay, cool, what is that thing that I like doing? If it wasn't for the money.
Right.
And obviously for me, it was the production and just, creating content that could be inspiring, that could be funny or whatever, and get people to react to it.
Yeah.
And that's how I started my own network, which is called Hey Queen and Cut, that actually dropped 2 weeks ago, finally.
Yeah.
And on my platform, that's where we have our shows, this podcast that we are filming, our Hair Academy.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And basically, that's what comes with being 30.
I remember when King Louis was like one of my first features, and I remember I was working in Subway, and I'm like, dang, bro, I want to do a song with you. I DM'd him like, what I got to do? And he was like, you got to give me 500. And I'm like, I don't got 500 right now. Like,
you're working at Subway.
I was working at Subway, but I didn't have $500 to pay for a feature at the time.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was like, it's cool, like, I'm still a fan of your stuff. And then like I put out a song that went viral, And like all these people just started hitting me up, so I ended up working with like everybody for free. I was that girl from Chicago that was getting on the songs with all these guys in the city, like the most gangster niggas in the city, and I'm holding my own, like pulling up on my own, maybe with my best friend, and coming and shooting the videos in the hood, and it was just like,
Wow.
like we lit.
It was on.
Yeah.
How did your family feel about that since you were already good in school? I'm sure, obviously, you said they want you to be a lawyer and...
Yeah. They was kind of pissed off, I'm not gonna lie, because...
Who exactly, your mom or your dad or...
I think they both was like, they wasn't mad, but they was just like, come on now, like, we just drove you all the way down to college and set up your dorm and did all this, and a month later you talking about you want to drop out. So my mom, I'm not gonna lie, she was like, you could drop out, but you're not gonna come back to my house without a job. So she was like, if you drop out, you gotta get a job. And I'm like, where am I gonna get a job at? She had a homeboy that worked at the Pancake House, and I was serving at the Pancake House, sitting people down at tables. And I remember one day, it's this rapper named Spenzo from Chicago. He came up in there, and he was like, man, come sit down. He tried to do his big one on me. Like, he like, man, I could get you out of here. This or that. And he was an up-and-coming rapper and stuff. And then it's like, you look back now, and it's like, everything popped off the way it was supposed to. It's just like,
when did you feel like, okay, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing? When was that moment? How did you feel like?
When I started having fans come into the restaurant, like...
So you were still working at the restaurant and fans were coming there to kind of just like see you?
Like,
wow, that's pretty crazy.
Not to come see me. Nobody knew I worked there.
Oh, they would come and when they would
come
see
in
you.
And be like, Dreezy. And I'm like, okay. Then I start getting like little money for features, like from just random people that would give me 500 here, 1,000 here. And I'm just like, I could really quit my job. Like, I'm making the same amount of money. And then I started dating this rapper boy in Chicago. I dated like 2 or 3 rapper boys in Chicago. And I popped off with him. I started doing music with him. So we had like a little relationship or whatever. Everybody was tuned in. But my music just kept getting bigger the more collabs that I was working with. Mm-hmm. And then they, they start coming with the offers. The deal offers. And I didn't know nothing about it. It was this guy I met in Chicago that was like, I could get you signed right now if you sign this contract. And I signed a really bad contract.
Not to cut you, Stunner Girl, how real she is, she reminds me a lot of, I mean, she's really, your personality, like just how raw you are.
Yeah.
I mean, I met you, and yeah.
I fuck with her.
She's super good. Her music is going very crazy right now.
Yeah, turn up. I definitely, like, when I seen her on Baddies, I was really able to see, like, how she rock. And I fuck with anybody. When it seems like everybody trying to gang up on you and you hold your ground like that, you can't help but to fuck with the motherfucker everybody ganging up on. That's how I am. I always root for the underdog. So.
Oh my God, it's crazy. We're very similar. Like, I always root for the underdog.
Yeah, I love the underdog.
My team will tell you that.
Yep. I love when somebody count you out.
And she's doing her big one right now. And she's one of the, she's super solid as a person. Mm-hmm. And really, the fact that you guys don't really know each other, it's like, you know, I feel like you guys should tap in with each other. She's super cool. You guys would be like, she's solid.
Tell her I said, what up? We ain't never met. Like, we ain't never met. But I know her from
Let's do a little toast before we get to the next part of the show.
Cheers. The tea is hot.
The tea is hot. Now we're going to get a little personal to get to know you. Mm-hmm. Relationship-wise, do you believe in going through phones?
I mean, look at me. Do I look like I go through somebody's phone?
You don't.
But I will.
Oh.
And I'll do it 100 times over again. But it's like, do I recommend it? No. I feel like I don't even want to be in a relationship with somebody that's going to make me feel like I want to go through.
You want to go through his
phone. I want to, like, I feel like the relationship that I'm going to eventually be in, it's going to be so cool. Like, we could just leave our shit around each other. Like, babe, the password this, can you go get such a number on my phone? That type of shit. Like, I want to get in that type of relationship. I don't want to go through people's phones because I'm crazy and I just don't need to be in, like, put in situations that's going to test my gangster. Don't do that. Like, let's keep it peaceful.
Love it.
Yeah.
What is the hardest part about dating you, Dreezy?
Oh, you going to flip it on me? Hardest part about dating me is